If you saw my last video about the alley blouse, you probably remember the vintage red floral pleated maxi skirt I styled it with. Ironically, I had literally just dug that skirt out of a random box and I was not expecting the response I got. So many of you asked me to turn that skirt into a pattern, so here we are. Now you can watch me turn this beautiful vintage 1970s skirt into a pattern that all of you can print off at home and sew yourselves. I found this skirt when I was in high school, and so as an ode to that version of myself, I'm going to call it the Rosemary Skirt because that was the name of the band that I was in at that time. For the fabric, I chose this very similar yellow calico micro floral print that would make a very fun Thanksgiving outfit. I'm still clinging on to fall for dear life. I wish it lasted longer before Christmas started taking over. Also, a quick side note, the Millie two-piece set sewing pattern is now available on my Etsy shop, and the Sydney 8 gourd tulle and silk dress pattern will be released this week as well. I've had a huge backlog of patterns I've been slowly chipping away at. Thank you all for your patience. So now you guys will have plenty of new designs to work on during your holiday break. Now, something some of you might not know about me, before I ever started designing, I spent years selling vintage. That's actually what motivated me to learn how to start sewing and drafting in the first place, because I really wanted to replicate the pieces I loved the most, not just for myself, but also for other people in more sizes. Because with vintage, so many stars have to align. First off, it's like digging for treasure, then it has to fit, then hopefully it's in good condition, and finally at a reasonable price. Pieces are almost always one of one. I can't tell you how many times people begged me for the same item and I had to tell them it was gone. Yes, I know that's kind of a part of the magic of vintage, but as someone completely obsessed with it, it was also kind of sad for me to let some of those pieces go, especially the ones I became super attached to. I have pieces I regretfully sold that still keep me awake at night. And that's what makes projects like this so fun for me. I get to take something special and create a blueprint so I can make it over and over again and share it with others. What I love about this skirt is those 6 box pleats on the front that give it that sexy fitted silhouette around the waist, but it flares out at the bottom for comfort and functionality. I also added pockets to this version because once you know how to sew invisible pockets, you'll add them to everything. And then for a little pop of color, I added green piping around the waistband and a covered button. It's subtle, but those tiny details always make a handmade piece feel intentional and elevated. I'm really happy with how this piece turned out. It feels like a little love letter to the season before we all get swallowed up by December, and a nod to my vintage roots. Let me know what you guys think, because one of my next pattern lineups is the perfect 1950s new look dress that I replicated by taking apart one of my favorite vintage dresses. I hope you guys all liked watching this video, and happy Thanksgiving. Okay.
Ready?
You gotta back up. Okay, stand right here.
Ready? Go. Remember, Mama, taking turns. Take Oliver's turn and Mom's turn, Oliver's turn,